The next step is to put some, hang on, I throw that away, that's that dodgy one that I cut. I just kept it there for photo purposes. The next step is to drill or thread a hole in there. I've got 8mm, length of 8mm rod, so I'm going to pick out 8mm. Although I've got, as you can see here, heaps of these thread nuts or whatever the hell they're called. Oh, look at this though, drool over the collection of brass knurled knobs. I just about bought out their entire supply. I'm going to go for the wood thread only because to me it's just as, well, not just as good, but threading wood is quite good, especially if I use the, hang on, move the camera. Here we go, this is my collection of the Wood Whisperers wood threader. They're actually now, I think, available through Eagle. Hang on, move the camera back. I don't think he sells it anymore. He might, but he's the one that designed it. However, I think Eagle are the one that are distributing it. And don't say that, yeah, you can use your metal threads. The tolerances are totally different. These are designed for threads in wood, greater tolerances, and that's it. Look, the metal threads will do the job, but these are better. Now for 8mm, hang on, we've got the 8mm thing here, and my little cheat sheet says that for softwood you need a 7mm, no, hardwood, you need a 7mm drill bit, and for softwood, like pine, which I've got here, 5.5. So that's what I'm going to pick. And look, again, off camera, I'll set up the drill. Actually, that's a mood exercise, because I totally forgot that the holes that I drilled in these bloody things were 1/4 inch, which makes it 6.5. So I'll have to pretend they're hardwood, drill them in there, and as I said, they're really just to hold the cookies in place. What I will do is I'll try the 8mm, drill it out, see if that works. If it doesn't work and it's just far too loose, which it shouldn't be, I'll drill it out for 3/8 because I've got the 3/8 threads and I've got some 3/8 continuous rod. But anyway, I'll cut one out in out of the 1/4 inch hole and see how that holds, and if that fails I'll have to upgrade the hole to 3/8. I've mounted that thing in the drill here. Look, this drill press I've got has got a threading facility, but look, rather than set it up, I just thought I'll put this in there. Make sure, I've done this many a times, you drill through there, come out the other end, and you get a nice little hole in the palm of your hand. So I'll try it this way. Now what I'll probably do is drizzle some CA glue in there to toughen it up just a little bit, let it dry. Look, I mean, I can try the thread now and I'm guessing it should be alright. Oh, hang on, I've got no idea what you're seeing at the moment. What I will do as well is Oh look, this is ridiculous threading. As you can see, it's coming through slowly, but there you have it. What I will do eventually is cut this thread off. In fact, I might zip over there next. No, I won't. Hang on. I'll mark how much I need. Not that it matters. Well, actually, let's face it. We need basically 38mm, the thickness of the wood part of the cookie and the board, and take off about 2 or 3mm, because I don't want it poking out. I want it short flush of it. So we'll zip in next door and cut a length like that off this rod and continue from there. Rather than going to the dungeon for the bolt cutting, I thought I'd bring the dungeon out to you. This is my portable hacksaw, Milwaukee, and what I've done is I've actually swapped out my bolt cutting jig or tabletop for this, for the straight one, only because it's a long bolt, which means I can get a good grip of it. At the back here I've got this just bit of wood to give it a bit of stability. I've got a miter gauge for it. I've actually marked the length I need, which I think was 35mm, using this cute little homemade jig I made. She's got a ruler, you can adjust it to whatever you want, measure off. I made this a few years ago. It's a handy little thing, but there's so many gadgets nowadays with rulers, with stops on them, that it's become redundant, but not to worry. Anyway, what I need to do is tension this, turn it on, line it up with the mark I've got, which is about there, and then cut it. Just like that. Bit simpler than a hacksaw. Well, that's all it is, a hacksaw. But I don't have to bend my elbow. Reserve that for Vino. I might have to go and tidy this up a little bit because it's quite sharp. Look, I'm not going to bother you taking it into the grinder. But yeah, that's all it's going to be, is put it on the grinder, just touch it up to even to the point where I can hold it by hand. And that's it. One thing I need to do before I start drilling too is mark out the holes. Turn the 2BE bench, mini bench, upside down, rig this up so I can square this up to the edge. Try and centre it between the two holes, and that's where these Pica pens are great, because I can then mark the spot. And the beauty of it is, because I'm only marking a spot, I can now use my 5.5mm drill bit to drill this hole. And that's not going to be actually a major issue, because I will be probably epoxying, even if it didn't hold too well on that bigger hole, I'll be probably epoxying the bolt thread, or the bolt rod, the threaded rod piece, into this cookie anyway. As I said, I want to keep this, and admittedly, even when I measured the length, it didn't really matter too much, because the hole will poke out underneath. Now, I haven't got a great clearance here. It's only about 5mm either side of the hole, but that should be, anyway, around there should be enough room for those TSO dogs. Alright, now, bugger it, I might even use it. Hang on. Damn my memory, I can't remember whether I used this in this video or another one. But this is, look, it's just one of those nice little gadgety, gimmicky, get your kids to buy when they don't know what to buy you for Christmas. You line up, this acts like a magnifying glass. Look, I'm not sure how exactly it works. You get to see the back of my head. There's some crosshairs in there, and it magnifies it to the extent that it's impossible not to get it right. You then hold this down, try not to move it. You know, if you move it, you're kind of defeating the purpose, which I just did then. Pull out this little glass, and you've got this pointed bit. You put in there, give it a whack with a hammer, and you've got a nice, perfect little centered hole there. I'll do it on the other three, again off camera. For a minute there I thought I was going blind. I was looking down and couldn't see a bloody thing. Then I realised I forgot to put the optics in. Alright, the holes have been punched. I'll go over to the drill press. I could bring out my horizontal or vertical drill press jig, but no, I'm not going to bother. I'll just take this over to the drill press, and I'm not going to move the camera. The camera's a pain to move, so I shall come back once the hole's been drilled. Talk about stupid. Use this little thing to centre make sure I get the hole right, and then I go to the drill press and miss it with the drill by about 5mm. No, just kidding, but yeah, ridiculous. Okay, I've put the thing into a real drill now. This is my hang on, can you see that? No, you can't. Let's go this way. This is the... Oh, hang on, maybe if I just zoom out, that's better. Using the... Again, I hope I can get this vertical. Oh, you idiot! I probably just screwed up the thread on my thing. No wonder. Wondering why the hell it wouldn't thread. Put the bloody thing in the wrong way. Hey. Now we'll try. That should just about do. I'll give it another. I shouldn't do that because I could finish up cross-threading this. I shouldn't take it out. Okay, one done. Again, the others are going to be much the same, but while we're here, have we got the cookie with the bolt in? Hang on, get rid of this thing. Cookie with the bolt. Where is it? I'll go looking for the cookie with the bolt. Couldn't find the cookie with the bolt through it because I took the bloody bolt out to grind it, and then I must have put it down somewhere where I couldn't find it, so I had to cut another bolt. It's been super glued into that. I don't know how well it's going to hold, not that I want it to hold too well, only because hang on, is this the hole that yeah, I did. Why is this going in so difficult unless I haven't got it 100% perpendicular. Oh no, yeah, I must have been cross-threading it. That's better. And I have super glued that hole, so it's going to be a bit harder to go in. But it's giving me a lot of resistance, which, oh bullshit, it's coming out this end. That's no bloody good. I might have to give that another. Oh boy. Total fuck up. Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah. Okay, let's go through the string of mistakes I've just made, and I'm now reshooting. I tried to look for my cookie with the... Damn, I've lost it again. Cookie with the bolt through it. Well, if you remember, I took the bolt out so I could go and grind the rough edges off. I brought it in here, put it down somewhere, and damned if I could find it. So I got another bolt and did the thing. I put it into the cookie, but then when I went to screw it in, bear in mind now we're looking at a 1/2 inch hole in this one with a 5.5 mil hole in that one. The tolerances on that are so much tighter than here. So as I was screwing it in, even though this was super glued, it stopped and it started screwing through here. So what I've got to do now is actually get serious and really super glue it in well. And to do that, I've set up this bolt in such a way that I can put it in, glue it, hopefully keep it there. I might even actually mix up a bit of epoxy and try that and see where that gets me. I just hate using epoxy, but because if I use that I'll have to wait till tomorrow to try it, even with 5-minute epoxy. But okay, look, I will turn the camera off and come back. Homemade continuous rods is good, however it's a bloody pain to thread because you tend to bugger it up. On the grinder, when you make them small, they're hard to hold. So what I've done is double nutted that, hold on to the nut, and I've got this gizmo I got off the internet for deburring rods, nuts and bolts, and that's all you have to do. And that now hopefully should thread much easier in there. I've set up my drill so I can, once I've epoxied it, I can then hopefully drill it quickly and that's it. Not that I need to do it quickly with the epoxy, but I will. Now the trick's going to be here, and I hate this, I've got to mix up some epoxy, but by the time that dries and I work out whether this is going to work or not, I'll have to mix up another batch. But still, here we go, a half-chewed isopole stick. Hang on, can you see? I mean, Christ, I don't know why I'm even showing you this. Nobody wants to see or hasn't seen epoxied crap before, but now Jesus, just the smallest amount, that's less than half a short bee's dick. Mix it up. Actually what I will do is I'll get one of those ear swabs which I've got next door for my pen making. That might be a good way to put the goo in. Not that it's far away, I'm just a slow walker. Alright, I don't know how this is going to work. As I said, I am just not an epoxy fan. At all. But we shall see what we shall see. I might even do the dirty and come in at the other end as well. I just hate this shit. I prefer super glue. Ah, there we go. Okay, now where's my bolt? Here it is. My driver. Actually, I could just about do that by hand. No, too bloody slow. Driver. Here we go. There should be hopefully a bit of epoxy spilt out. I'll back that back a bit because I don't want the bolt coming through. Now, actually, look, I might even cheat here. I'll see if I can. Oh, now I've done it. Now I'm committed myself. I've got to now mix up a bit more epoxy. Oh shit. I hope I've put it on the right ends. Where's my stick? Because what I'm going to do is epoxy that sticky, not sticky, this is sticky, the non-slip matting to this. And see how it works. I don't want to lay the epoxy on thick, but I need to get it on, and I don't want it to, yeah, no, the bolt isn't poking out. I said, Christ almighty, this bloody shit, it sticks like glue. There we have our ooze it. Oh shit, typical, I've just already moved the bloody thing, come on. Now what can I put on there that'll weigh it down a little bit, although I don't know whether I want to weigh it down. Oh well, look, I'll just let that go. Put that stick there, that there. I should get it off this. Oh well, hey, it's a workbench, it's a mini workbench, why can't I use it? Alright, let that epoxy dry. Shit, why am I playing around with this? That's right, I wanted to see if there was any epoxy poking out there, but if it is, tough. Oh, one other thing I did I always keep saying that, it doesn't sound right, is I had this reamer or countersink thing, and I did go around the hole just a tad to give it a decent lead in. Another thing too is I measured the initial bolt, or this is the second bolt I cut, at 35mm. And when I tested one of them, where the glue didn't hold, it actually poked through, and the reason for that was that this is actually, I think it actually turned out to be 36. Where's my calipers, my measuring stick? Christ, bloody organisation. Here it is. It was actually 36 mil. That's probably because I lined it up with the thread, and the thread might have been on the wrong side of my mark. And when I measured the thickness of the cookie and the board, that was 35 mil. So straight away my 35 mil was screwed. This time I think I set it to, and geez, I'll never focus on it, set my little gauge at 30 mil. So that gives me a bit of a clearance, and well, again, as I said, we'll see, but we'll have to come back when the glue dries. Now, I hope I've been recording this. Oh yeah. Oopsies everywhere. I've actually forgotten where the hell I'm up to. I've been doing a couple of things at once now. I do know I didn't take a video of this, so what I've done so far is I've made up my cookies. Again, I'm not sure how much I've recorded. Cut the bolts. Well, yeah, you saw me do that. Made up the cookies, pasted that on. I use these jars without the lid as weights. Might have to do a bit of clean up on these what do you call it, epoxy spread. That's all it is, just do that. The next step, there's two more, that epoxy is still a bit wet. As I said, I've got, oh, that's dribbled a bit too. I've got the 4 dogs. I've actually put these things on, these couple of extra bolts, so I could use the drill to yeah, tighten them up, or seat them, I should say. Sorry, I'm being a bit vague. I'm trying to get my brain around to what I'm doing, where I'm up to. I need to, here we go. The next things I have to do is drill some holes in there, round off the corners with a router bit, and I think that should just about do it, because I don't plan to do anything more with this. I don't think I'll be putting in I was thinking of putting in a rubber strip. I don't know, I don't think I'll need to, because I doubt if I'll be doing any work on this where I need to get a good grip, and if I do, I've got the dogs, I've got all the hold downs, so, and if worst comes to worst, I can just get a strip of this. Oh, it's hooked onto, oh shit, come on, hooked onto that. I could probably just put a bit of wood on there and that'll do. So I really don't have to physically put a strip onto it. That's holding, I mean, look at, there's no weight on that, but you can see I'm just not moving it too well. So yeah, that's where we are. So look, I'll see if I can make mess of this, or tidy up this mess I'm making of these videos. What I'll probably finish up doing is splitting it up, but that's not going to help you bloody much when this is going to be probably the last video in the series. Alright, well, bye for now.